Hi friends, and today we can discuss AS3 cash flow statement from ICI Study Material Illustration 6 and already complete theory part related to AS3 and even 5 illustrations they have been already uploaded and you can watch through playlist. Today we can discuss the illustration 6. First I would like to read the given information and try to understand. While reading the information itself I will explain where in the each and every item to be recorded. So in the cash flow statement, like operating, investing and financing activities. Okay, of course later while doing the cash flow statement also, and whatever we discussed right now, just we can write in the statement. The following data provided by the accounting records of Rian Limited for the year ending 31st March 2011. So income statement given like this: sales 6,98,000. Income statement nothing but like a P&L statement. Sales you are given 6,98,000. Cost of goods sold 5,20,000. Sale minus cost of goods sold is gross profit. Okay, and just you are provided the operating expenses 1,47,000 being deducted. Operating expenses which includes depreciation 37,000 means cash operating expenses 1,10,000. Non-cash items, depreciation is a non-cash item 37,000, which is clearly mentioned depreciation categorically. The reason is if you do the operating activities result by the indirect manner, and if any depreciation should be added back, that's why it is mentioned. Okay, next, other income provided or expenses provided like this: interest expense paid, no doubt it is a part of P&L, no doubt, but in fact if you do the indirect manner operating activities and interest expense or interest paid, it should be withdrawn, and moreover it should be recorded as a part of financing activity. Interest income received, and this is also to be withdrawn when you do the indirect method by the indirect method operating activities results. Interest income should be recorded as a part of investing activities. Gain on sale of investment, loss on sale of investments, both should be withdrawn, but need not to write anywhere, but automatically whatever the amount received towards sale of asset and investments, and this loss profit will be automatically withdrawn. So interest expense, interest income should be withdrawn. Moreover, they should be recorded in the investing financing activity. Gain on sale of investments, loss on sale of plant should be withdrawn only, and need not to write anywhere. Automatically amount received by the sale of plant and investments, and automatically that will be incorporated. Okay, and income tax in P&L, whatever the income tax in P&L, it is always tax is always estimation. We know that current year through P&L you can make a provision for tax, and next year tax liability will be determined and then only it will be paid. So current year provision for tax through P&L is 7,000 rupees, but it is not tax paid. Okay, it is a provision made, that's all. So this is the way when you do in the indirect method, provision for tax is a non-cash item, should be added back, tax paid should be deducted, of course only from operating activities. So that is briefly the explanation related to the income statement. Come back to the balance sheets. Comparative balance sheets are provided like this. You are given 31st March. First one is 31st March 2011. Next one is 31st March 2010. First one given the latest year, current year 2011. Next you are given the last year 2010. 11 and 10 you are given. So watch it carefully. Plant assets given in the beginning 5,05,000, closing 7,15,000, which indicates there is some purchase. If purchase is given, okay, otherwise you can find out by the asset account, you can find out like a missing figure. Okay, right. So accumulated depreciation means which is provision for depreciation. You should be very clear about the provision for depreciation. When you follow the provision for depreciation method, entry will be depreciation account data to provision for depreciation account. That depreciation will be charged to P&L account. Asset maintained in the provision method, always asset maintained at the historical cost, and all the provision will be depreciation will be accumulated in the provision account. Every year you can bring the asset original cost and also bring the accumulated depreciation, which is under the head of provision for depreciation. You can minus and you can show the net block. so that when you follow the depreciation under provision method, you should be very clear about the depreciation entry. depreciation account data to provision for depreciation account, not depreciation to asset account, and depreciation charge to P&L, P&L to depreciation. In this method, asset maintained always at historical cost, depreciation is accumulated in the provision account. While preparing balance sheet, bring the asset original cost and minus all the accumulated depreciation, write the net block in the outer column. So in this method, very important point is asset maintained always at a historical cost. But when asset comes to the written down value, which is important question, it comes to the written down value as and when that asset is intended for sale, and the respected provision of that asset will be transferred to the asset account, for which entry provision for depreciation account data to asset account. Then provision will be switched off, the related provision from the provision account. Asset will come down suddenly to the written down value. Then of course you can sell and you can incorporate the loss or profit also. You should be very clear about the provision for depreciation account, how to maintain. Check it, investments opening 1,27,000, closing 1,15,000, there is a reduction, which means there is some sale. So if it is given, okay, otherwise you have to find out like a missing figure by having investments account. Current assets, inventory, accounts receivable, cash, prepaid expense, etc. Particularly current asset, current liabilities you need to while preparing cash flow statement. That too particularly when you do indirect method, by the indirect method operating activities, change in working capital should be considered. And I said that current asset increase outflow, current asset decrease inflow, current liability increase inflow, decrease outflow. In that way you can write that. Change in working capital, inventory, accounts receivable, prepaid expense, but not cash, because in cash change you need not to consider, there is no any activity in the cash. Come back to the liabilities. Share capital beginning 3,15,000, closing 4,65,000. It looks there is increase, which means there is some issue. If straight away it is if it is given, no problem, otherwise you can find out by the share capital like a missing figure. Reserve and surplus 1,32,000 beginning, 1,40,000 ending. So 8,000 is the profit for the year, which we can say net profit as per balance sheet 8,000, which means after appropriations that is the profit 1,08,000 rupees. Okay. Bonds 2,45,000, 2,95,000 at the end, means some bonds are issued during this period also. Again accounts payable, accrued liabilities, outstanding expenses like that, and those two are current liabilities. We know that again working capital change, at the working capital change both those two items should be considered. Income tax payable, it is nothing but like a provision for tax. Provision for tax last year, current year, we both income tax payable we know. How much provision for tax made during this year we know, and automatically we are able to say how much paid during this year, we are able to find out by a small provision for tax account. Right, analysis are given, you are given 8 adjustments given here. Prepare a cash flow statement by using indirect method operating activity. Okay, all 8 adjustments are given. I will read, I will explain one by one. Please concentrate here. One, purchase investment 78,000, entry investments account data to cash or bank account. Say purchase of investments straight away given. Sold investments cost 90,000 at 1,02,000, means there is a profit of 12,000. So when investment sold with sale proceeds, you may write the entry cash or bank to investments account 1,02,000. There is a profit of 90,000. 10,000, 12,000. There is a profit, for which entry investments account data to P&L account. Profit entry. Purchase of a plant assets. Purchase of investments given, sale of investments given. Truly in the investment account there is nothing to find out, because completely purchase, sale both are given. So need not to prepare any investment account, directly you can go for cash flow statement. But I would like to see that investments account after writing the purchase and sales, and whether investments account is properly closed or not. To check it, I am going to show it in working notes. But truly both are given, and need not to prepare this and in the examination, because both are given, purchase, sales given. Purchase of plant assets, entry plant assets account data to cash or bank account. Sold plant asset 10,000 with accumulated depreciation 2,000 for 5,000. 10,000 asset, 2,000 accumulated depreciation, written down value 8,000, sold at 5,000, which means 3000 loss. When asset sold entry, bank account at R2, plant asset account 5000, loss of 3000 entry P&L to plant asset account 3000. Moreover, 2000 accumulated provision should be transferred to the asset account once asset is sold. For this entry, provision for depreciation or accumulated depreciation account at R2 asset account 2000. Next, 1 lakh bonds issued during the year face value towards the plant asset. Bonds are issued but cash is not received, plant asset is received. Entry plant account at R2 bonds account. Repaid bonds at maturity 50,000 value, bonds account at R2 cash or bank 50,000. Issued share capital during this year 15,000 shares of 10 rupees, entry cash or bank to share capital account 1,50,000. Dividend paid 8,000, dividend account at R2 cash or bank account. Truly, in fact, normally once opening cash and indirect method you need to work out operating activities. Means you can start with net profit as per balance sheet, and non-operating items, non-cash items you can add back, and working capital change can be considered, tax should be deducted. After that, investing activities and financing activities you may work out. While doing, particularly in working notes, we need to prepare from the asset side. You have to prepare assets account, investments account. Normally in the asset side you can find fixed assets, investments and current assets. You need not to prepare under any situation the current assets account, just ignore. Under any situation you need not to prepare. But you may prepare fixed assets account, investments account, particularly to find out is there any purchases, sales during this year if it is a missing information. But here need not to prepare fixed assets and investments account, because clearly given there is a purchase, sale, both fixed assets and investments are given. So even though they are given, I want to check it, sir, through particular accounts. Yes, that's what I am explaining here. Of course, in the examination need not to prepare, because purchase, sale of investments, purchase, sale of fixed assets are given. But even then I want to check it through accounts, so that I want to prepare fixed assets and provision for depreciation and investments account. So particularly working notes, when you watch the assets, fixed assets account, investments account you have to prepare, because to know is there any purchase and sale, because if there is purchase and sale, it is the part and parcel of investing activity. Current assets, under any situation need not to prepare any current asset account, only fixed assets and investments. But of course here even both are not required, very clearly mentioned in the sum, purchase and sale of assets as well as investments. Even then just I want to check it whether both sides will be properly agreed or not. So I am preparing fixed assets, provision for depreciation, investments account. Come back to the liability side. Come back liability, normally in the liability side, share capital account, bank loan accounts, debentures account, bonds account, source of finance accounts. You may prepare those accounts, because to know that is there any amount pooled by the sources by those ways, or amount paid for the redemption or repayment done. But even here, of course, if you check it, current liabilities account need not to prepare. Only share capital account, bonds account you have to prepare. But even here, share capital, bond account not necessary, because share capital, how share capital is increased, what kind of issue done, bonds which are repayment is done, and newly bonds issued, and all that information clearly provided. But even then I would like to check both capital account, bonds account will be closed after writing the concerned information or not. I am preparing. Of course, lastly provision for tax account, of course required, no doubt at all, because last year provision, current year provision for tax, opening, closing given, how much provision made through P&L also given, but we need the tax paid. For that we need to go for this particular account. So whatever the information I am giving right now, that information will be useful till the last sum. Okay. So particularly while doing the cash flow statement, in working notes, what are the accounts required? I will repeat once again. Go to the asset side, have a fixed assets account, have a investments account, that's all. No need to maintain any current accounts. Fixed assets and investments account, why they are prepared? To know that is there any purchase or is there any sale of assets or investments. But of course, if there is a provision method you are following, you may have the provision for depreciation account also. As I said, in this problem need not to prepare fixed assets account, investments account, because already purchase, sales are given. but even then just I am in the examination, if that information provided, need not to waste your time, straight away you can go. But just to have the knowledge, I am giving both fixed assets and provision for depreciation and investment. So asset side only assets and investments, that's all. No current assets. Liabilities, no current liabilities, only share capital, debentures, bank loan, bonds, etc. Why those accounts are prepared? So to know that is there any amount pooled by those sources or redeemed. Already here the information provided, so need not to maintain those accounts also. But to have the clarity, I am explaining the share capital account and bonds account. Current liabilities account, current assets account need not to prepare as working notes under any situation, need not to prepare. Okay, normally in general. Come to the provision for tax account. By that you are able to know tax paid during this year how much. Okay, first I would like to finish truly if you check the ICAI material, they accept provision for tax, just tax paid, and no account is prepared because all the information straight away provided. But just to have the proper knowledge, I am explaining, and after that let us go to the cash flow statement. But operating activities to be done in the indirect manner. Okay, right, I want to know fixed assets and provision for depreciation and investments, share capital, bonds. First I would like to know fixed assets. See that all the data provided in the, see that fixed assets. So given in the beginning 5,05,000 fixed assets, plant always asset having a debit balance, to balance brought down, $5,05,000, by balance carry down 7,15,000, 7,50,000. Provision for depreciation always credit balance. There is a opening provision 68,000, by balance brought down 68,000. Closing provision, closing provision for depreciation given 1,03,000. So investments given opening investment asset always debit balance, opening given 1,27,000. Investments opening 1,27,000, closing 1,15,000. $1,15,000, and share capital opening 3,15,000, credit balance 3,15,000, closing 4,65,000, 4,65,000. Bond is a liability, opening 2,45,000, closing 2,95,000. Provision for tax, that is what opening 5,000, by balance brought down, closing to balance carry down 3,000. That's all. We took all the opening and closing balances in the respected accounts. Now provide all this adjustments also we can record simply. Purchase of investments 78,000. Investments accounted are to cash account or bank account. In the investments, to cash 78,000. Investments purchase. Investments accounted are to cash or bank. Investments accounted are to cash or bank 78,000. In the investments account to cash or bank 78,000. Sale of investments at 1,02,000. Cash or bank account at investments. In the investments by cash or bank 1,02,000. 90,000 sold at 1,02,000, which is there is a profit of 12,000. Entry investments account at to P&L account 12,000. Purchase of plant at 1,20,000. Plant account at to cash account, cash or bank account 1,20,000. Purchase of plant. Sale of plant cost 10,000 rupees with accumulated depreciation 2,000, and which is written down value 8,000, sold at 5,000. When asset is sold, entry cash or bank to asset by cash within bracket sale 5,000, and accumulated depreciation should be transferred to the asset account. In the provision for depreciation to asset account, which means to plant account 2,000. In the plant account by provision for depreciation 2,000. 10,000 minus 2,000, 8,000 written down value, sold at 5,000. There is a 3,000 loss. P&L to asset. In the asset by P&L within bracket loss 3,000 rupees. So we wrote the entry for sale of asset, loss of asset, and the depreciation transferred to the respected asset account. 1 lakh bonds issued with a face value of plant purchase. Plant account data to bonds account. In the plant to bonds 1 lakh. In the plant to bonds. In the bonds by plant 1 lakh. Okay, so in exchange of plant, bonds are issued. Plant account data to bonds account. In the bonds by plant. Repaid bonds, repayment of bonds 50,000. Bonds account data to cash or bank 50,000. 50,000. Issue of share capital 15,000 shares of 10 rupees. Cash or bank account data to share capital account. In the by cash or by bank 1,50,000. Cash or bank to share capital. In the share capital by cash. Paid cash dividend. Of course, dividend payment is an appropriation, and so need not to write anywhere here. Okay, now let us check that. Already I said that everything is provided. So if you check it, this is 7,25,000 total, and this is also 7,25,000, and this is 1,05,000. 1 lakh for current year, whatever the depreciation for current year provision for depreciation entry, P&L to provision for depreciation. In the provision for depreciation by P&L, this is also not a balancing figure because you are provided the income statement, you are provided depreciation 37,000. So all the purchase, sales and depreciation of current year, everything provided. You need not to prepare any of these accounts, but just to have the knowledge I am explaining all. If purchase, sales, cash received by sale of investments, cash paid for purchase of investments not given, you need to work out. Current year depreciation provided not given, you need to work out. Purchase and sale of investments not given, you need to work out. And how much share capital pulled during this year not given, and you need to work out as a missing figure. And bonds, how much issued during the year or repayment done is not given, you need to. But all the information straight away provided in the working notes. So straight away you can take into cash flow statement also. But just I would like to check it, only the information after recording all these items, whether the particular accounts are being closed or not, I would like to check here. Okay. So this total is both sides. Okay. So this is 2,17,000. 0, 0, 0, 8 to 10, 17, 2,17,000. Check it both the sides, it will be same. Okay, 8 to 10, 17, 1, 1, 2, 7, 9, 9 to 11, 2,70,000, both sides are tallied. Here 4,65,000. 4,65,000. So this is 3,45,000. 3,45,000. And here how much provision made through P&L given already, for which entry P&L to provision for tax, in the provision for tax by P&L. So check it, how much given provision for tax through P&L, it is 7,000 income tax in P&L. Tax paid during this year, income tax to or provision for tax to cash. This is a balancing figure we can find out. This is only not given, that's why it is given as a part of working notes. Okay, working note, this is compulsory. And 9,000 tax paid during this year. Tax paid during the current year is 9,000 rupees. That's all. Now straight away we can go to the cash flow statement. Check it. This is what? You can check both. This is cash received by sale of fixed asset. This is cash paid for purchase of fixed asset. And this profit we need while doing in the indirect method, this is to be withdrawn. These to be written in the investing activities. Come to the provision for depreciation. Okay. So, and of course this depreciation should be added back to the net profit as what you are going to take it in the indirect manner. Come to here. So this is again cash received by sale of investments, cash paid to purchase of investments. Both are investing activities. And this should be withdrawn from the P&L if you do by the indirect method. Come to the share capital. Cash received by the issue of share capital is a financing activity. And repayment of bonds is a financing activity. Cash. Provision for tax paid, it should be deducted from your indirect method. Provision for tax should be added back, non-cash item. Tax paid should be deducted from the indirect method while working operating activities. Provision for tax should be added, tax paid should be deducted. There is an alternate method also. What is the current year tax expense to you? Current year tax expense is given as 7,000. For this add previous year outstanding and current year. Previous year 5,000, current year provided 7, totally 12,000. Less closing outstanding, still outstanding 3,000, which means 9,000 is paid during this year. Out of current year provision for tax expense, opening provision for tax should be added, closing should be deducted. By that you are able to know tax paid. Either by this way or this way also you can work out tax paid. So this is the information. By this information we can have the cash flow statement. Okay. So now we can have the cash flow statement. Rian Limited cash flow statement for the year ended 31st March 2011. First, cash flow from operating activities, which is given here indirect method we need to work out. Cash flow from investing activities, cash flow from financing activities. Simply here, purchase of assets and investments, sale of assets and investments, interest, dividend received. Here, share capital, bonds, debentures, bank loans, etc. By those ways, pooling the money and redemption of money, interest and dividend paid. So here you can take the net profit as per balance sheet. So very important thing, if you check it here, net profit as per balance sheet is looking like that. Check it, reserve and surplus 1,32,000 in the beginning, 1,48,000 at the end. 8,000 is looking a profit as per balance sheet. What is a profit as per balance sheet? After appropriations. Appropriations is also after completion, that is the profit. But if you check through P&L, it is looking like 16,000, but that is a profit after tax. There is 8,000 dividend paid. Out of 16,000, if 8,000 dividend paid after appropriation, the profit would be 8,000. So that when you check the balance sheet, that is after dividend payment, 8,000 is only profit, that is known here. But if you like to start here with 8,000 net profit as per balance sheet, then what you are supposed to do? Dividend proposed and paid should be added back because it is a financing activity, 8,000. That should be deducted here. Added and to be deducted. Now sir, I want to take the net profit not as per balance sheet. I want to take net profit after tax, and which is given 16,000 rupees. Then what we are supposed to do? And dividend paid should be shown as a financing activity, no doubt. But here need not to withdraw. Normally we add back here and we can reduce here. So here we need not add back because out of 16,000 dividend paid was not deducted. So then why should we add there? So need not to add back. So net profit as per balance sheet, if you take, dividend should be added and deducted there. Net profit after tax, if you would like to take, you can deduct here but need not to add there because it was not deducted there. What about provision for tax? For example, provision for tax, for profit after tax, if you are taking there, then provision for tax should be added back, tax paid should be deducted. No sir, I want to take profit before tax, I want to take. Then provision for tax need not to add, but tax paid should be deducted. Okay, then I want to take here in the given profit before taxation you are taking here, not net profit as per balance sheet. Then net before tax, if you are taking means dividend you can minus there but need not to add here. Provision for tax need not to add back because it is not deducted, only tax paid should be deducted. Okay, is it clear? Right, now let us see that. Not net profit as per balance sheet, I am taking net profit before taxation, I am taking here. Net profit before tax I am taking, it is 23,000. check it, you are given in your income statement 23,000 profit before tax. For this dividend need not to reduce, but you can show as a financing activity. Why? Because dividend is not paid out of this. If it is paid, reduced, and then it should be added back, but need not to add back. Provision for tax also need not to add back because it is not deducted. Tax paid should be deducted. Now what we are supposed to, depreciation amortization should be added back. Non-operating items, interest paid, interest received, profit or loss on sale of assets and investments, they should be withdrawn because they are non-operating items. But interest paid is a financing activity, interest received investing activity. Profit loss on sale of assets investments need not to write anywhere, they are automatically incorporated by the amount received on sale of assets and investments. Okay, first I would like to write non-cash items. I would like to add back depreciation amortizations. Add depreciation for current year. You can check it in, it is in P&L and your provision for depreciation account also it is there, 37,000. Depreciation and amortizations, non-cash items. Next also you can go to your P&L account, all they are provided. Interest expense paid should be withdrawn here. Interest expense is a financing activity. You can add back here, reduced your profit, add back. Add interest expense paid. Interest expense paid 23,000. It should be shown here. Interest expense paid is a financing activity, 23,000. Okay, next interest income received also should be withdrawn, less interest income received to be withdrawn, that is 6,000, but it should be shown interest income received is a investing activity. Interest income received is investing activity. Next also gain on sale of investments to be withdrawn, gain profit increased, less gain on sale of investments to be withdrawn, 12,000. Need not to write anywhere, automatically it is incorporated by the amount received on sale of assets or investments. Next, loss on sale of plant, add loss on sale of plant. These are all non-operating items, but this is also need not to write anywhere, it should be automatically incorporated. So that is what 3,000. I said that provision for tax actually should be added, tax paid should be deducted, but provision for tax need not to add because before tax I have taken, only tax paid should be deducted later. Okay, I can reduce later, but I have to consider here change in working capital. Okay, so here whatever the result is here, and of course 1 2 3 4 23 37 23 3 6, right, totally 6 items are here. This is what we can say cash flow from operating activities before working capital change. So it would be 68,000. Add or less working capital change. Add or less working capital change. You can check it each and every current asset as well as current liability. Check it first of all current assets. Inventory increased by 34. The inventory increased outflow. Increase in inventory. That is outflow by 34,000. Accounts receivable decrease in accounts receivable inflow. That is what, 8,000. Cash need not to consider. Prepaid decrease, current asset decrease, inflow 4,000. Decrease in prepaid expense. $4,000 inflow. Accounts payable increase, liability increase, inflow. Increase in accounts payable inflow by 7,000. Accrued liabilities increase, inflow. Accrued liabilities inflow by 3,000. And lastly, income tax payable is not a current liability. I said that you can just consider these items only as a working capital change. Okay. Now let us see that these items. So totally it looks 6884 before working capital result 68. 8 plus 4 34, of course, minus, and 7 as well as 3. The net result is 56,000. It looks 56,000. 56,000. Out of this, what is 56,000? Yes. Okay, the net result you can take that out of all this. If you take here directly, the net result is looking like 56,000. Otherwise you can take the net impact also, you can write here, no problem. So because I am not having calculator with me, I am doing like this. Otherwise you can take the net impact, you can write here. So it would be representing I think there will be a minus figure. It would be 56,000 minus tax paid. Minus tax paid 9,000. Write the net amount 47,000 outer column. This is what we can say net cash flow from financing. Net cash flow from operating activities. Net cash flow from operating activities, outer column 47,000. Come to the cash flow from investing activities. We know that there is a purchase of plant, sale of plant, purchase of investment, sale of investments. All that we should take here. Purchase of plant, you can check it, the plant account there, everything is available. Purchase of plant 1,20,000. Sale of plant, cash received by sale of plant 5,000. Investments purchase of investments paid cash 78,000. Sale of investments, amount received by sales of investments 1,02,000. So these four are available clearly in the notes, also adjustments also available, and we have taken in the respected accounts also they are available. If you take all of these items, there will be net outflow of 85,000. Okay, we can say this is what net cash flow from investing activities. Net cash flow from investing activities, right? Come to the last one, cash flow from financing activity. We know that share capital and bonds. So issue of share capital, 1,50,000. Okay, so repayment of bonds 50,000. Repayment of bonds 50,000. Okay, of course interest paid and received we have taken already. Dividend paid normally should be withdrawn here, should be taken there. So but need not to withdraw because net profit as per balance sheet not taken here. Before tax we have taken, need not to remove that here, and but directly you can take there. Okay, dividend paid should be financing activity, that is 8,000. So net cash flow out of this is 85. This is what 69,000. 69,000, 85,000 as well as 47,000. Okay, so all of these three items, if you take that, net increase in cash and cash equivalents by all of these three, result is 31,000 positive inflow. By that add opening cash equivalents, the result will be closing cash equivalents. Opening cash sheet is 15,000. Therefore, closing cash and cash equivalents 46,000. And you check it your balance sheets. Opening it was 15,000, closing it is 46,000. Okay. Normally why we can check how whether problem correctly done or not through balance sheet total, you can check like this. So net cash inflow or outflow of all these three activities, you have to add the opening cash equivalents. The result should be opening closing cash equivalents. Okay, so this net amount you may write here, otherwise you can take directly these items and you can write the amount like this. Anyway you may solve it, no problem, but anyhow working capital change should be adjusted there. Okay, now this is the way to solve the this particular problem. And so here the problem which we solved, illustration 6. We can discuss illustration 7 in the next class. Okay, bye.